Guys, have you been watching Dahmer? If you haven't and you have the stomach for it, I highly recommend it. I'm currently in the middle of it. I haven't finished it because it's a little heavy and I needed time in between episodes. But I needed to pop on here for a quick sec because there's a scene that I really wanted to talk about. The dialogue is so similar to another show's dialogue, but the difference between both is exponential. So here it is.
Dad, I'm not a normal guy. I don't fit in. I'm weird. I'm different.
Remind you of anything? Does it remind you of this?
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in. Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
Yeah. So I just wanted to analyze how similar dialogue could be executed so differently and how so many factors come into play in dealing with making a good scene versus a cringy scene. And before we get into it, I'm very aware that these are two very different shows and that we can use the argument that Riverdale is a badly written soapy teen show versus Dahmer, which in context is a heck of a lot more serious considering he is a serial killer. But I just feel like that doesn't mean that the way these lines were delivered were automatically going to be good. And likewise, just because it's a soapy teen show doesn't mean that those lines had to be delivered that badly. So let's get into it. Okay, first up, elephant in the room. Yes, the caliber of acting is very different between Cole's Jughead and Evan's Dahmer. And obviously, acting and the actors are a very, very important factor in what makes or breaks a scene. With Cole's delivery, I just don't feel like he actually means what he's saying. The delivery sounds more put on for show. It's not coming from within. Unless that's the way he was instructed to deliver the lines. If we really wanted to feel like Jughead was an outsider who doesn't fit in, there should be more emotions. The way he looks at Betty feels more like he wants to get something out of her versus him revealing something about himself. He looks like he wants to egg her on, get a reaction, and it's because of this, the sincerity in what he's saying doesn't come through. It feels like a farce. It reminds me of myself when I was 12 years old, trying really hard to be emo and punk and mysterious. What back in the day we would call posers. On the other hand, Evan's delivery is packed with subtlety and emotions. The words he's speaking truly feels like things he wants to get off his chest. The heavy breathing, the pauses, his gaze are all nuanced behaviors that just unveils reality and screen, and it truly feels like we are sitting across from a man speaking truth. So obviously the delivery is the most important factor. But there are other elements that go into making or breaking a scene that could have really helped elevate Jughead's infamous dialogue. For example, the choice of shots, pacing, and editing. In Dahmer's scene leading up to the dialogue, we are spaced out from the characters. As he delivers his lines, we are placed directly in front of him, very intimately, and like I said, it feels almost as if we are sitting across from him as he is telling us an uncomfortable truth that he's trying to get off his chest. Choosing to hold the shot as he is trying to get the words out all adds value into what he is saying. It gives us time to process the severity and sincerity of his words. And choosing to cut to reaction shots of his father and stepmom also adds value as a reflection of the weight of what Dahmer is saying. Whereas in Jughead's case, we are held onto the same frame. His eyeline is very off-center to meet Betty's gaze, which to me makes me feel like I'm standing right next to Betty watching this and I just want to nudge her in the elbow and kind of like laugh. And on top of it, the cuts are too fast. We don't get that kind of recognition from Betty that this is actually serious and not a laughing matter. Next, I want to talk about music and how important it is to set a mood. In Dahmer, we have this low, eerie ambient music that would suggest to anybody that this is some serious, serious stuff. Whereas in Riverdale, Jughead is delivering his lines with party music in the background. Yeah, the setting is at a party, but a little ambient music could have gone a long way, or some subtle reverb, or I don't know, just something to suggest that the mood has shifted. I don't know. Could have gone a long way to help Cole.
That's weird.
Anyways, like I said, I know Riverdale is nowhere near Dahmer's level in terms of writing, acting, just literally everything. But that doesn't mean it couldn't have been saved a little with the help of good directing, cinematography, and editing. It's all these things that can actually make something good. Anyways, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more movie and TV commentaries. I'll see you next time. Bye!